They've been printing tons of powerful cards in standard these days, and I have a vintage deck list with more than 10. Welcome back, vintage gamers, to a Saturday afternoon challenge with a standard deck. Well, for the most part. We are going to play a set of cards that is running rampant in other formats, standard, pioneer, modern, maybe? I don't know. I'm going to play some cori-steel cutter, storm chasers, talent, and this town ain't big enough in a kind of a big blue Jeskai mid-range shell. So this is very similar to the PO list that I played the other day, but a little bit more, a little bit less reliant on the mana Moxen, so you can don't have to get to 4 mana in PO with things in play. You're playing more of a tempo controlling game, but you have huge mana and huge mana sinks. So you've seen cori-steel cutter in my videos now a couple times maybe. This is going to be a very powerful goes higher than it goes wider, but it can also go wide. Just a powerful spell-based attacking engine here. When you cast a second spell each turn, you get a 1/1 monk with Prowess, and you can attach this directly to it with trample and haste. It adds up very quickly. We're gonna combine that with the Storm Chaser's talent, a blue 1 mana enchantment that I did try in PO in a recent video, and it didn't seem to do very well there. But maybe only playing one of it was a problem. Maybe just it didn't really hit the right set of variants. But so far, the Storm Chaser talent has been really, really powerful. The 1/1 for 1 is fine. I think the biggest power level is the fact that you can, for 3 and a blue, return an instant or sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. This has been buying back a lot of forces, a lot of swords to plowshares. Sometimes it buys back a stock up for value. And then when you combine that with this town ain't big enough, which is basically a 2 mana, what is that card called? Aether Trade Winds. It's like a 2 mana Aether Trade Winds. You bounce one of their things and one of your things, and it costs 3 less, so it costs 1 in the blue. Or you can pay the full 5 and bounce 2 of their things. That does come up from time to time as well. But in this deck, you can bounce back the Storm Chaser's talent, replay it, get another otter, get another level up, get another instant sorcery back. Sometimes you're just bouncing back your Moxen because it's very easy to play and trigger a cori-steel cutter. That way, you're generating mana. It's only like a 1 mana bounce spell. I've been very impressed with this town ain't big enough. I thought it would be kind of a weak card, but there are so many permanents right now in Vintage that it's been pretty much overperforming for me. So yeah, we're going to play this kind of spell-based game plan. We've got removal spells, a pile of baubles to facilitate our steel cutting and Storm Chaser's talent. We're really looking to make sure we get in every piece of damage that we can, because the games are going to be very much about tempoing and making sure we have enough damage. I do have some spell pierces to try to play a little bit of the tempo controlling game, and of course some Swords to Plowshares as well. I thought we didn't really want this 4th, but it's actually just the greatest mana sink of all time. And very often you have a lot of creatures, so you don't really lose the Monarch at all, and you can draw an extra card every turn. I've been actually pretty happy with the 4th in this deck. And we do get to play some Gush because of the way it pairs with these cards. Full mana means we get to play full Moxen mana means we get to play stock up, and stock up is, I think stock up's just pretty broken. I would be trying to play stock up in any deck list I registered in blue in 2025 with Moxen, I guess I should say. As long as you have Moxen, I think you should be registering some amount of stock ups. That being said, looks like we have a hard matchup with Doomsday in round 1, and I will see you then. The legendary NYSE Open returns to Long Island in New York. This 9th installment will be a 15 proxy, $500 entry fee tournament where the top 8 will return home with 8 pieces of real unlimited power. Black Lotus, Ancestral Recall, Time Walk, and all 5 Moxens will be part of this celebration of Vintage. At 100 players, there'll be an additional wacky draft with classic booster packs from Ice Age to Onslaught, the NYC trophy, Karn altars, $1,000 in giveaways, dealers, and much, much more. Check out the link below for all the details. I hope to see you there. Let's battle. Okay, here we go. Round 1, Vintage Challenge versus one of the most powerful Doomsday gamers on the platform, 6MP. we're looking for a hand that does contain forces and spell pierces and things like that. This is a great hand. Just needs to find the clock and the cori-steel cutter. This is one of the highest standard percentages I've seen in a while, yeah. Even the otter should be pretty good here. Just being able to threaten my Doomsday opponent's life total is very relevant while being able to hold open answers. Obviously, this Swords to Plowshare is garbage, but maybe we can brainstorm it away. That is one thing I don't like about not having, like, say, Psychic Frog in your deck, is you don't have a ways to turn dead cards, which is why I don't really have any Pyroblast in the main. But the swords, I really wish I had a way to turn them into real cards. Haven't decided on how I would want to do that yet. But opponent took a mulligan to 6. And we'll see. I don't really feel like 6MP plays a lot of things other than Doomsday. And did, in fact, play Doomsday in the last challenge, so... Just a normal-looking Doomsday, less Chain of Vapor and Duress in the flex slots. Sideboard Murktide Regent, though, will have to be... I mean, Sideboard Murktide Regent looks very silly into Pyroblast, so... We don't mind that. Duress. All right, well... Flex slot Duress coming in clutch. Hit it with the misstep. And then... I think I still... Even though I could hold this probe for, like, prowess triggers, I think I still want to know what's in their hand more than anything. Oh, I see. Wistra Doomsday with force backup. Okay. Well, that means I'm not going to play my Storm Chasers talent, so there you go. Gitaxian Probe does it again. I will say I don't have a Surveil Land in this deck because I'm trying to play turn 1 Blue Source Storm Chasers talent or turn 1 Mox Volcanic Cutter. So I'm not really playing tap lands in this version. So if my opponent goes all in on a Doomsday, we have this nice setup. If they don't choose to go in on Doomsday, we can cast Brainstorm. Yeah, Gitaxian Probe is not a fair Magic card. It's a very, very, very lame card and very broken card. Looking back, I think a lot of people would be very surprised at how... Not how low it was perceived in when it was initially released, but, like... clearly, it was pretty broken. But it does. It is a card that is worse in lower power level formats for what it's worth. Like it's definitely a card that is probably not broken in standard. You know. Wow, playing around it. What a guy. So smart. To be fair, you don't really want to just, like, cast Dark Ritual Doomsday. All right, well. Now they get to look at my hand, so they know I have Force and Spell Pierce. I don't think I'm supposed to Spell Pierce the Preordain. Looks kind of dicey to do something like that. Oh, I'm definitely casting End of Turn Brainstorm. I just don't have the mana to not do that. What did they do on this Preordain? They went 2 top. Okay, there's a fetch land, so I can get rid of the Swords to Plowshares, and I can get a Storm Chaser's talent down. Basically perfect Brainstorm there. I guess I can get a Tundra. Don't think that's going to matter much in this game, though. I think I'm priced into holding open the Pierce, though maybe this Force means I don't have to. I think I am going to Pierce this one now, though. Now that they know about it, the value is a lot lower. I'd rather just, I think I'd rather just cash in on the Disruption here. And I do still have the double Force in my hand currently. Try to tempo them out of this game. An island. This is a stock up for sure. Free combat stock up, trigger prowess. Looking for like a blue card and an action card. This is force of will, pitch, negation pitching force. That's fine. I don't need the stock up, and getting it out of there, getting the force out of their hand is not bad. If I draw another land, it's fine. I can buy back like a probe or something. Misstep even. Buying back misstep seems pretty nuts here. Opponent has ritual, doomsday, and 2 unknowns. Ponder resolves. They did not shuffle with ponder. Fetch 3 cards, dark ritual and doomsday. Here's dark ritual. Here's doomsday. I'm just gonna force it. I'm gonna pitch the storm chaser's talent and try to get second force up. If they have a daze, I think it's still fine. But now they just don't have very much going on. So I'm okay with basically every draw in my deck from here. Besides that one. That one is really bad. That one is like the only one that's... Yeah, okay. That's, I think every card in my deck besides the 3 Swords to Plowshares was going to be a good draw for me. But that one is very bad, yeah. Well, see what they draw. If they have like a Delve spell here, it's pretty bad for me. Tolarian Academy? Yeah, I guess Tolarian Academy would also be bad. That's true. Don't have any Moxes in play. So 4 bad draws. I was hoping for a blue card. If I wasn't going to get a blue card, I was hoping for a land or a Mox. Lets me just... I mean, Mox is great. Triggers Prowess. Immediately lets me rebuy Mental Misstep. I mean, they knew what they were going to draw, right? Because they pondered and didn't shuffle, so... I don't know. I think I like the way I played this game. I played it pretty reasonable, but... Oh, they shuffle, they fetch? You're right. But, yeah. I don't know. If they have, like, Ritual Doomsday, that's still okay. I just need to find... Like I said, any mana or blue card. But yeah, Swords of Plowshares was quite the bad draw. Demonic Consultation. Should be interesting. I assume for a Dark Ritual or a Doomsday, depending on what they have in their hand. Both are 3-ofs. They went for like Ancestral or something. Okay, what did they go for? They named Dig Through Time. That's wild. I guess they were feeling pressured here. Dig Through Time is an interesting name, though. So their hand must have been a fetch land, right? Just out of curiosity, I assume it's a fetch land, because why would you go for Dig Through Time unless you had a fetch in your hand? Interesting. All right, we'll take that. Kind of an awkward game, all things considered. We get to bring in Pyroblast, which means we're not actually worried about Murktide pivot at all. Swords get to come out. Consigns get to come in. Island gets to come out. I mean, that's a really nice set of board plans here. I guess we have this town ain't big enough as well for Murktide. There's just like no chance Murktide's ever good against us. I have to consider if maybe a Soul Guide is better than this town ain't big enough. I'm not bringing in these Null Rods against anything that's not Jewel. My deck, it really does want the mana and the Moxen. But I just wanted to make sure I didn't lose to Jewel, because even if I have to burn 2 sideboard slots to not lose to Jewel, it's fine. I accept. My mental will never recover if I lose to Jewel. So I think I'd rather have blue cards than Soul Guide Lanterns. So I will just play like this, and I have 5 Murktide pivot answers, and I'm basically the same deck still with an additional 4 strong counter spells. So I like the look of this a lot, and I like the fact that we have very low-cost threats that attack the Doomsday player's life total. Attacking the Doomsday player's life total is very relevant. Very, very relevant, so... I don't have Wastelands in the deck for what it's worth. That's probably the major departure. This deck could theoretically play Wastelands, but I just wanted to make sure I had like a bajillion blue mana to cast my cards that I wanted to cast. Also wanted to have like a bunch of fetches to make sure I could find red mana to play the Cutter, but I also want to be able to find white to play Lurrus, so it just felt really awkward to try to fit in Wastelands. This hand is perfectly reasonable. We've got a Saga game plan with a Force. Not really ever putting that back. I might never put this back. I guess if my opponent, I knew my opponent was Bizarre, I might put this hand back. Though our deck does not face Bizarre very well for what it's worth. That's probably by far our weakest matchup is Dredge. All right, 7-card Doomsday Keep. Cycle. C. Preordain. You got it. Means they're looking for something, right? Let's take a look at what they have. They went top bottom. So they have Misty, Negation, Fluster, Ritual, Tutor. I don't know. I have 1-1 against Squee with the deck, but so let me look at their top card here before I make my choice on land drop. Jet, Jesus. Okay. Fluster, Dark Ritual. They're not really doing anything yet. No, I just played against Zolzol twice, so not really. If they vamp upkeep, it's fine. I think I just want to get... So if I play a Saga now, I can't make constructs, right? That's the problem. But I'd also just don't have mana. I'm just getting mana. I'm pretty sure I just need to get this Saga going, even though it doesn't make me constructs. I think I the card quality of my opponent's hand. Oh, that's kind of an interesting card. Right, exactly. That's one of the ways you can use Saga as a function of you just make it as mana. All right, so my opponent has Negation, Dig, Fluster, Dark Ritual, Vamp. We drew a Mental Misstep. That's quite interesting. So the question now becomes, does holding open Consign help us in this game? Or does, like... Cori might just get a negated hard cast, which I actually think is a good thing for us. I think I'm just going to play this cori-steel Cutter. I think I'm okay with that. If they want to trade the 3 mana for the 2 mana and give me more time, I think that's good for us, so... This also threatens to attack right away with a Mox or a Bobble. Not that that's a huge threat immediately, but it can be long-term for them. This is a kind of card that Doomsday really doesn't want to play against because it makes them have to go before they want to go. That's true. Saga gets me a bunch of mana. Lets me start casting spells. I'm really hoping it's a hard cast negation here. If it's a pitch cast negation, I will probably... I'll probably misstep a Vamp, I would assume. I think I might misstep a Vamp no matter what. All right, this was a pitch cast negation pitching the Flusterstorm? The Flusterstorm. Okay. So if they fetch, it's 4 cards in yard. Under City Sewers is 5 cards in yard. Vampiric Tutor is 6 cards in yard. But then I still have Force for Dig Through Time. I think we're in a pretty great spot. Next turn we get a Soul Ring and we cast like Stock Up and it seems great. They chose to put a card on top, so I guess that means they are not going to cast Vampiric Tutor. What does that mean exactly? It could be a Doomsday. Just to pass the turn. More counter magic, maybe? Not exactly sure what this means. What card would you keep there, not play, and pass the turn? Storm Chasers. Ooh, man. Maybe it's a counter spell for my stock up. They haven't seen my hand yet, right? I almost want to brainstorm right now. I feel like a bunch of our cards don't do anything because of our mana situation, and we could get a lot of value off of Brainstorm and a shuffle here. Okay, so I do have my blue source and a jet and a soul ring, which would give me... I could even get a sapphire. If I got a sapphire, I have 4 mana, so I could cast Stock Up and have Consign. So I can put back Storm Chasers, and this town ain't big enough. Though if I could keep Storm Chasers as a threat, but I don't think I will. I think I'm going to get rid of Storm Chasers, and this town ain't big enough. And then I'm going to get a Sapphire as additional blue. Maybe a little on the cautious side of things, but... Weird game, actually. I just like couldn't establish any early threat, or I chose not to establish early threats. I'm not sure I like my play that much. This is a Dark Ritual. This is a Vampiric Tutor. Yeah, I think that's fine. They want to hold the misstep this time. Oh, unfortunate. I'd love a Pyroblast here, but I'm pretty sure I have to take the forces, right? Because I'm holding open Tundra. Maybe this is going to be like Flusterstorm, Vampiric, or Ancestral DT. I don't know, Ancestral or Demonic or something. I'm not sure. They're still short on digging here. I mean, I have a bunch of mana. I have a bunch of counter magic. I still have a Lurrus, technically. I have a Gush next turn if I don't pitch it. Consign on a Fluster ever happen? Can, for sure. I don't know what my opponent vamped for, and I wonder what they kept on top with Sewers. Those are the 2 questions, right? So we don't know what they have on top, and we don't know what card in hand. But they chose to keep the card that they do have in hand, and they tutored for the card that's on top. So I'm very interested to see what those cards are. A good player would be able to tell you what they think those cards are. I'm not going to go too deep here. Let's see what happens, and then just make choices. I technically still can also gush if I need to. Dark Ritual. I think I just mental misstep this. What do they gain by... What do I gain by not mental misstepping this? If they have Ancestral as one of their cards, it's better for me. If they have... I guess by casting this, they can play Doomsday and they can dig, right? I'm going to mental misstep this. The way this mental misstep is bad is if my opponent had tutored for Ancestral. It feels weird for them to tutor for Ancestral when they have blue, and dig through time, though, right? Does chat agree with that? Like, I don't feel like you're going to go Ancestral unless they topped Ancestral with Sewers. But then they probably would have cast Ancestral in response to stock up, I would think. I think they might have gone for Doomsday. I mean, it could just be a bait, too, for sure. Is this going to be dig? All right, I'm going to negate this dig, and I'm going to pitch the consign. I think I'd rather have more forces than this. They have 2 cards left in their hand that we don't know about. All right. Now it's our turn. Another fetch. I could hard cast Gush. I don't think so. Typically, I'm going to try to use all my mana. I guess this lets... We still can't cast Lurrus right away here. I think I'm just going to hold then. So maybe it would have been better to hold a negation. I don't know. The problem with holding a negation is, like, if they... I guess they didn't choose to dig on my turn, but when they, like, dig on my turn, I guess I would always have hard cast up at this point, so maybe it's fine. I don't think I'm ever going to hard cast Gush at end of turn here because I can use the land drop as a way to play my Lurrus and get a bobble going. But I guess if I don't draw a land drop off of the Gush, then I'm still probably happy, right? Also, like, gushing on my turn, if I draw like a cori-steel cutter, is pretty good as well. Don't think I want to draw any more lands, though. I guess if they have an Ancestral and they try to resolve it right now, it's pretty decent. Yeah, I guess so. I hate this spot. Was I supposed to just not fetch? So they did tutor Ancestral, or they just find a natural Ancestral? That's crazy. One spell, gushes 2 spells, forces 3 spells. Because it's a free spell. I don't think I would ever force pitch Gush here. I would either let this resolve I'm gonna cast Gush is what I'm gonna do. I'm still not getting Flusterstormed, so I guess I can get another Volcanic because I have the Jet. Oh, it's all my forces. I have no more forces in my deck. I have one negation left in my deck. Playing this into a possible Flusterstorm might be bad, but kind of want to just cast it. Storm Chasers, Spell Pierce, and a bunch of mana. I'm going to take the blue cards no matter what here. The question is going to be, am I going to play the Storm Chasers right now? I think the answer to that question is no. I think I've drawn really well this game, all things considered. And I don't... And now I can go Storm Chasers, buy back Force of Will, right? Stop making me draw lands. Is there a better card to buy back than Force of Will here? Or... I can buy back Gush. Negation, Misstep, Probe, Force. I mean, I still have Lurrus next turn, so there's no real reason to get Gush back. I think I'd just take more counter spells back. I could even level up my Storm Chasers to 3 next turn if I wanted to. I think the most likely thing is I buy Lurrus, I play Lurrus, and I bobble. This card is really strong. 5 mana return forces seems like it's too much, but it doesn't seem to be like that. It doesn't seem to be that it doesn't seem to be the case. DT, sure. They can't get Ancestral. They can't get Dig. What do they get here? Gush. Guess it's Gush. I'd let that resolve probably, so. I ain't countering things that don't kill me. Shuffled on Ponder. So they still have 2 lands in their hand. They have 1 land in their hand and 3 unknowns. I don't think so, just because Lurrus is so much better. Especially if we don't draw a blue card for turn. Doomsday went to the graveyard. Lotus. I see. I see. Would really like to see a blue card from my side. Duress! Oh no, that's very scary here. That is a very scary card on the top of the library. All right. I mean, I'm pretty insulated against duress, to be fair. I have them all. I even rebought one. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. We probably kill on this next attack. Maybe, maybe not. I don't have any draw spells right away. Another fetch land, huh? I don't think I played that as well as I would like. I feel like we just drew a lot of good cards for the matchup. Though I didn't get to like play a early steel cutter and pressure them at all. I had like basically no pressure in this game. So, but yeah, that's nice. Okay, here we go. Round 2 up against Archer. I have a cat. No cat from Archer. I'm gonna keep this hand. God rest my soul. Serum powder? Oh, no. Oh, no. That is not good for me. This matchup is atrocious, by the way. It's very, very, very bad. I don't even know how we're ever going to win, to be perfectly honest. Sure, okay. Those are good cards. I'm gonna hold the bauble for a cori-steel cutter. Yeah, I think I want to hold the bauble for a cori-steel cutter. Let's play around Mindbray Trap. I've already seen one in Exile here. I don't think we can beat Dredge in game 1, to be perfectly honest, but we'll give it a try. So my plan here is hopefully resolve Ancestral, hit a land so I can go Steel Cutter plus Bauble. Oh. I see. That's a lot of cards that are not lands. Hmm. 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 13 cards deep. I do kind of need to hit a land so I can play a Cori Cutter and trigger it. If I hit a Mox, it doesn't let me trigger the Cori Cutter. They have a Golgari Grave Troll, though, so that's bad. I think I can beat a Hollow one with the swords. But maybe I should have done it just to... get it out of my hand. All right. Land is our first step here. And by that, I mean we're going to have a lot of other steps to get to where we want to be. That's a soul ring. That's so bad. All right, I think we just have to brainstorm and hope it works out. For some reason, I feel like I'm getting negated here. All right, okay, hold up, wait a minute. So I think I'm gonna need... I think I'm gonna get rid of the talent and a fetch land. And then I'm gonna deploy a soul ring. Am I still holding Bauble? I think so. They have a card. Is it a Noxious? They're gonna Noxious a Grief back. I would never do that. That's interesting. Are you that worried about my swords? I mean, this just means you miss out on a Dredge, right? I don't like that play very much. That's going to give us a bunch of time when they could just be power-throughing with a Golgari Grave Troll. We have the backup steel cutter. Yo, thanks, Asgard. I like this for us. I mean, I think we're still gonna lose, but I like this for us. I think it's very likely that doesn't help. It doesn't matter, but just don't think we can race. That's my problem. Like, they have a great Grave Troll and a Stinkweed Imp. Like, what's the chance we can actually race from here? It's got to be super low. I did force their grief, so maybe they think that I'm protecting something important. All right, they took the sword so that the hollow one can live. I think that's okay with me. Now they get to activate whenever they want, really. Maybe they have like another Noxious in hand and they're gonna time walk me with a force. Because that could happen. It's my only bad card in my heart, I guess. Yeah, that's what they did. They had double Noxious. Okay, so I see why they did the play they did. But you have a Golgari Grave Troll, like you don't need to make this play. So this is gonna return a prized amalgam and hit me with a chill. I mean, we're gonna die. It's not gonna matter very much. But I guess if you have double Noxious in your hand, this is a choice you could make for sure. Maybe I just have to play a Soul Guide Lantern instead of one of these baubles in my main. Well, buying a turn is just like not gonna do it. It's not like we can PO combo off in this deck, so. Don't think we have remotely the speed needed to win this game. I think our deck is. I mean, our deck is purposely not that good against Dredge. You just the cards you need to beat Dredge are just. I don't feel are good enough against the rest of the format. Didn't help that we got time walked there by Noxious. But if our opponent was aggressive, I mean, Jesus, okay. I go to 6. I just die. Okay. All right, cool. You got me. You got me. I'm dead. We would have drawn a Storm Chaser's talent. Sure. I'm not beating a 7-card Dredge hand with a Golgari Grave Troll in game 1 in a matchup where I have nothing that really beats Dredge in my entire deck. The good news is we do have triple Containment Priest and double Soul Guide Lantern in our sideboard. And also probably Seal and Swords. Island can go. Pierce can go. Negation can go. I guess I'm gonna keep this misstep in. Maybe a town is big enough can go. Gush is probably not good enough here, but is Gush better than a town is big enough? Probably. Seal is just a looping thing that kills Hollow One while also beating Chalice of the Void. Yeah, I mean, Storm Chaser is a hell of a magic card. Hasn't really seen its shining point yet in Vintage, but I'll change that. Yeah. I will have to mulligan quite aggressively here because I just can't really win without my hate pieces. And I only have 5 hate pieces, so. No, I think Fourth Airlingas is a way I can theoretically win a game. And I don't feel like you ever have the mana to spell pierce anything that matters. Like, you don't get to hit anything that really matters, so. Airlingas is just like a backdoor Fireball, win con. Jeez. I want to keep this hand. Maybe my stock up will work for me. I think I have to keep this hand, but I am very worried. Maybe my opponent will start mulliganing. That'd be nice. Nope, they kept 7 cards. Alright, well. I don't like the look of that, but are they going to negate it? No? Alright, I found the lantern. So that's good. Bobble. Second cutter. So I really don't want to play into Mind Break Trap here, but also not playing means I get hit by Containment Priest. Sorry, I get hit by Grief. That's what I should say. Like, I want to play the Lantern here to max out on my mana situation. But I really need the Lantern to resolve. I think I have to play it. Alright, alright. Something. I really, like, need my next turn to be Cutter Bobble, though, so... Hopefully this buys us a significant amount of time. Maybe I needed to take the second Cori Cutter to play around Grief, actually, instead of having a Bobble. But then if they take my Cori Cutter, I still have Bobble Delta looking for good cards. So... Icarid, Shoals, Shell. Okay. I am getting griefed. Again, I think that's okay. I don't. Maybe I need mental misstep. I don't know. It's not very good in this matchup, but they have a hollow one. Okay, they just took the cutter. It makes sense. All right, no hollow one. I have a lantern. They don't have a great dredger at the moment. I have a swords as well. Brainstorm. I think that's better than bobbling. So let's cast Brainstorm. Are they going to negate it? Is that what's happening? No, they have mental misstep. All right, well, there you go. Cash in. What? I could just take them all. Could just take them all. Bye, Lurrus. How many do I actually need? Say they have a Vigor. I have 5 mana. I'd go down to 3 mana. I kind of need all of them, right? I can hold the swords on top. I should have played the jet first before Mind Break Trap gets turned on. Because I don't want my jet to get trapped. Alright. So I'm still holding up a lantern. If they Vigor me, I can still... I guess if they Vigor, they would hit lantern. So maybe I didn't need all of the Moxen. And then I can choose whether or not I want the swords. And then if my Lurrus resolves, I'm just looping lanterns and I'm winning, right? I do want to be able to play Lurrus and Lantern at the same turn, though. So if I get hit here, I'll still have 4 mana to go Lurrus Lantern. So this actually works out pretty well. I think that this is the correct. That might be one of the weirdest brainstorms I've ever seen. So looks like they have a vigor. No vigor. Okay. If you want to return the Shambling, the Icarid, I don't care. They're gonna just natural draw or natural dredge. Natural dredge, 3, hit another imp. Mimer Trap was always on because of misstep. Okay, true. All right, so the question is gonna be, oh, they're dredging again. They're dredging again. They hit a chill, but nothing that comes back right now. See what they pitch to this. Because they have a Golgari. So they held the Golgari Grave Troll. They held the Golgari Grave Troll. Did they hold a Stinkweed Imp or not? They milled this Stinkweed Imp. So I think they have their hand is Golgari Grave Troll Stinkweed Imp, right? So I should be able to Lantern here and then just Lantern again if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I'll take the 3 because I'd rather hit the Icarid. I think they have 2 Dredgers in their hand still. That means they lose on the spot, though, so I don't really know. I guess they could have Noxious Revival. So what I should do is I should fetch before I Lantern so that I don't get revivaled. I guess I don't have the Lantern yet either. Oh, I guess this opens me up to getting shoaled. I should have Lantern before I played the Lurrus. Yeah, this opens me up to getting last card shoaled. Okay, I threw the game. My bad, chat. I just need to play a little slower. And then now they have a Golgari Grave Troll, and I'm gonna lose this game. That's my fault, though. I played badly. I don't know. I just didn't stop and do the thing first. I just need to Lantern first. I mean, the good news is I know what the problem is every time. The bad news is when I stream, I just don't fucking stop and think about it. I don't know, man. I really can't lose this game if I just play correctly. It's very frustrating. They literally hit Narcomoeba, Icarid, to Rise of Malcolm. I mean, I was rightfully punished for just like playing like a moron, but and I draw land usually. Oh, stock up is a saver possibly. 4th Swords Bauble Seal. I mean, I don't think 4th is going to be good enough is the problem, but I don't think that's a good stock up. No, I don't. I actually don't think it's a good stock up. My opponent just has way too many things. I'm just dead. I just can't lose the game. I just can't possibly lose if I play correctly. So frustrating. This is just the kind of thing I would never ever lose to off stream, but when I'm on stream, I'm trying to like play fast, keep it going, make entertainment. I don't know. Like, I don't cut up my videos, right? I don't do like downtime editing, so I always want to try to play fast so that they like make good content. I didn't say it was your fault. It's clearly my fault, but it's like it's not a thing that's gonna happen off stream, right? Not a valid excuse. It's a okay. It's a completely valid excuse. It doesn't matter how long you've been streaming for. You just play worse when you're on stream. That's how it works. Just gonna die to a creeping chill, right? I don't even make enough blockers. Oh, I'm dying to the Narcomoeba in the air as well. All right, whatever. Get me out of here. I just didn't crack my lantern before I played the Lurrus, so I lost a Sickening Shoal. Like, it was a very clear thing. I said it right after I did it, before they even cast a spell. I just made a shitty play. I was trying to, like, the first thought is, oh, I want to make sure that I'm cracking the lantern at a good time. And then I chose the wrong time. All right, here we go. I gotta try to redeem myself here. Remember, play nice and slow. Make the plays you want to make, and we'll play a nice little Lurrus battle. Probably Lurrus Breach. How am I good? Practice. All right, all right, all right. Let's do it. What do we got? That's a great hand. Sure. Keep. Okay. No tilt. Focus and good gaming, good plays. All right, let's start by looking at our opponent's hand. 6-card, Lurrus Keep. What do you got for me? Black Lotus, Time Walk, Mana Drain, Lorien Revealed, Force, Gifts Ungiven. God bless. Another Sean wannabe. Well, the good news is I will not run my stock up directly into a Mana Drain. The bad news is I have no counter magic. So if he draws a land and casts Gifts Ungiven, I've been told that wins games. We'll see. Yeah. Looks like we're time walking and Lorien Revealing for a land, though. Maybe they'll draw another land, and then they can hold up Mana Drain. Nope. All right, if they don't have Mana Drain open right now, that makes me want to cast stock up before they have it open. So let's get my nice main phase Prowess triggers, and let's see if this draws a Force of Will. Good morning. They drew a Flusterstorm for turn? Well, that is also notably not great for me. Ash in for 3. And second Lorien revealed. All right. Drain, Force of Will, Gifts, Unknown. So I could theoretically buy back Stonk Up, but it's pretty bad into Mana Drain. Could buy back Probe, but I think the best play is probably Storm Chasers by Lurrus. Please. And then we can make our opponent hold up mana drain for the rest of the game. All right. So now let's just try stranding this mana drain in their hand for as long as possible. I don't need to fetch now, but I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to buy... I'm going to buy back... Not a stock up. Probably just a probe. My opponent wants to mana drain this probe. By all means, you can mana drain this probe. Hard cast mental misstep. Okay, sure. We can just do this again next turn with the other Storm Chaser's talent. And we're getting in for some good damage. Our own mental misstep. 6 mana every time you cast an instant sorcery, you get a Prowess creature. You don't typically use it, because you usually bounce these things before then. Alright, they're gonna mana drain. I feel like I'd rather hold my Spell Pierce, so this is fine. But I would get a couple more damage in. Well, they do have a force, but I think it's fine. Academy, no mana. Buy Lurrus? No buy Lurrus even? Mox? I'd like to try to kill them here. I could cast this town ain't big enough on my 2 Moxen. Spell Pierce, a force. I only need to cast 2 spells. I cast too many mana. Wait, what? Oh, it only costs 2. Oh, yeah, it seems really good then. Let me just bounce my Storm Chaser's talents. Well, I've never bounced 2 of my own things. I've always bounced 1 of their thing and 1 of my thing. This is the first time I've ever bounced 2 of my own things. Also, they're dead to Prowess guys right now. No. I've never done it on only my things. I've done it on. Maybe I've been missing plays. I might have been missing plays. It's possible. All right. If you are not Sean, you might not want to include mana drain in your 75 and 2025, but to each their own. I'm going to bring in these lanterns. I think they're pretty much incredible here. I do like Seal of Cleansing as well. I don't need to play any Swords to Plowshares. I don't know how I feel about Prismatic Ending, though. No. I've actually played, like, maybe 20 matches with this card, and I've never cast it on my own 2 permanents. I've always cast it on my opponent's permanent and my permanent. It's crazy. Okay, sure. Why not? Yeah, swords out, and all of our other spells look real good here. Maybe just trim a bauble. I'm gonna leave this prismatic ending out, and we'll do this. Yeah, but like almost always you want to bounce your opponent's thing more than you want to like get two things of your own. Yeah, I don't think Consign is that good. I wouldn't bring in Consign, no. This hand looks fine. The nice part about this deck is I can play these 1-mana hands and then I don't feel too weird about them. All right, turn 1 mana drain is up. Never mind. Stock up. That seems like it's something that I'm not going to let resolve. Saga Gaming. Storm Chaser number 2. I do want to have mana, though. Psycholorian. I'd love some help. That is not help. I could just die to Breach combo here. They just get Lotus with their Saga and kill me. But I don't really think I was supposed to do anything differently. This felt like a pretty good stock up in my mind. A pretty good force on stock up. Oh, right. They already have Lotus. You're right. I mean, Breach. Fine. Just Breach Merchant Scroll instead. My bad. Buy Lurrus? Okay. Buy Lurrus is fine. I don't actually have a force for Lurrus right now, though. So it's not that fine. Maybe I'll draw a Soul Guide Lantern. Tundra. All right. Well, I am going to Time Walk here and hope it resolves. Somehow I don't feel like it's going to resolve. Just gets Pyroblasted, Flustered, Mana Drained. Sure. Yeah, whatever. I mean, I'm not going to cast. I'm not going to not cast anything here. I got to cast one of my 2-drops. I mean, if they have Gifts Ungiven, that should kill me. They can't cast Lurrus yet. Oh, Demonic Tutor. That kills me. Yeah. I mean, I'm dead here no matter what. So I don't even... The drain doesn't even matter. This is just Demonic for Breach. Breach for Lotus. Demonic for Freeze. I die. Ah, the mana drain was completely irrelevant. It wasn't even remotely necessary. The DT just kills me on its own. That's kind of half the thing is like, how good is Sean's deck? If is it just Breach killing everyone and then there happen to be mana drains in it? They're blue cards. They can't be that bad, you know? All right. That one did not go well for me, but I still think I'm supposed to force the stock up, which was like the one important decision I had in that game. And I still think the hand was a keep, and I still think the force was correct, so. Right back. Try again. I like this. I like this. This is a great little turn 1/4 into Steel Cutter Talent. This is like one of my favorite parts of 4th is when you're on the play, you hit them with a turn 1 3 mana. Draw a card every turn if you don't counter this. All right, we're in there. Now we just need to draw some forces. Maybe some Soul Guide Lanterns. Stock up, not bad. Is it going to be Lotus again? Lotus Mana Drain? I will not play into Mana Drain this. Oh my lord. Tropical Island Mana Crypt stock up? What a beast. We probably have to cast our own stock up then. See what we draw. Soul Ring. Damn, we are short on playing Cutter Soul Ring stock up, aren't we? I mean, we could just play Cutter Talent and, like, really get in. But I think we need interaction. So I think I'm just going to go Soul Ring, stock up, and maybe I can hit Pyroblast as well. Soul Guide Lantern. All right, we hit Negation and Soul Guide Lantern. That seems like enough for me. I think I have plenty of power. I don't need Storm Chaser's talent or stock up. So just want to get things that make it so we don't die. And the opponent's deck has to like really chew through things like Lantern. So they have a Mana Crypt in play. We have a 2/2 attacking every turn, and we're drawing an extra card every turn. So I really like our spot. See how that plays out, though. We also have a Stormcutter that's going to do a lot of damage really quickly. This is a Soul Ring. Oh, no, this is a Lorien revealed. Yep, Crypt Flip hit. Underground Sea. You're going to cast another stock up. Time Walk. Time Walk, sure. All right, another Crypt Flip. Won the flip. Green? They have a... What is green? Nature's Claim? Oh, Lurrus into hand. Lurrus into hand is not a good sign for my opponent. I guess if I have an Ancient Grudge here... I don't know. I'm going to start with a cori-steel cutter. Now what do I want to cast? Like, they have Mana Drain here. I think we just cast a Storm Chase. I'm trying to it's weird because like if I play Ancestral, yeah, I'm just gonna play a Storm Chasers. Oh, Pyroblast. I think we don't even care if this gets countered though. No. The cutter will equip itself. Now I'm just gonna cast Ancestral. I have a Flusterstorm. All right. Tried. I'm still drawing another card here. It can be a blue card as well. Still get in for another 5. Blue card? No blue card. That's unfortunate. I guess I could always crack my Lantern as well and draw a card for a blue card. Lost the flip, so they need to win on this turn here. I think that didn't go that well for us, all things considered. Underworld Breach. I hate this part of it. If they have natural... I mean, we just have to negate it, right? They can't play Lurrus at the moment. Now they can play Lurrus. But is that really winning on this board here? Mox. So I can go Mox, and then I can buy Lurrus, play Lurrus. Nice. Oh, yeah, okay. I love this deck. It's so much fun. If I can just not play against Dredge and also play correctly like a normal human being. I feel like this deck is actually good. I want to put on a good show with this deck because I do think that there's like some serious power here. All right, here we go. Round 2 against yesterday's challenge winner. Should be Lurrus Breach with 2 gifts ungiven, no mana drain, the Discover End version of the deck. That would mean we don't play Lurrus though, Mark. So that's not acceptable. Hand looks fine though. I'm down. Round 2. I say round 2. We're going back to round 2. I'm down. I want to redo round 2 for sure. All right, you may probe my hand and take a look. Yeah, Lurrus is an important one for sure. This town ain't big enough for the 2 cats. Sensei's top, huh? Is it dumb that I want to negate this? Yeah, probably. Saga Gaming. Oh, man. That's not good. I'm a little worried about Saga tokens, but I do make a lot of stuff, and I have its towning big enough to bounce them, so it's not the end of the world. Though, who knows if they'll actually make Saga tokens. Breach deck doesn't really care about Saga tokens too much. Just mostly about having a Lotus Bloom on suspend here. Why not Talent over Ring? Because I value having mana more. I'd like to be able to theoretically maybe cast Stock Up with Spell Pierce backup or something like that. I don't really think having a 1/1 in play earlier here is as good as resolving a Soul Ring. The earlier the Soul Ring is in play, I guess, to be fair, either of them in play is better, but opponent's on 1 Pyro, 2 Abrade, 2 Flusterstorm. That's a lot of Moxen. 3 cards in my opponent's hand. They know about Pierce. They know about Negation. That does make the Pierce worse for Stock Up. Now I might just like Negation pitch Pierce. I guess I would Negation pitch this town ain't big enough. I mean, this is clearly I should be negating this. I don't think the Spell Pierce is ever going to do anything with the amount of mana they had, though. It's a little bad, though, because if they, like, get the Lotus and they just Breach combo me, I just die, but I don't really know. I mean, I have a stock up. I feel like it's better to just use this. Especially while they're just going to force backup. Okay. All right. So they're going to get 2 cards off of this stock up. They can find a Breach and probably kills me. They've already played a land, so they're not going to have Flusterstorm or anything like that up. So we should be able to resolve our stock up here. Maybe I theoretically could have used my... Oh, they just took a Lotus. I mean, they know my hand, so they have a kill, they have a kill. Gifts ungiven. Right, that shouldn't kill us. PO would be a lot better here, huh? Funny how that works. One card would win the game on the spot. One might win the game. Just saying. Just putting that out to the world. Lurrus Breach PO was a very big deck multiple times over the course of the last couple of years. I mean, this is still good. It just doesn't win it right away, right? All right, so we just give them Time Walk and Ancestral, I guess. They can't get a Lotus back, so they're actually pretty far from Lurrus. Even if they use Saga and get a Soul Ring, I guess they can still play Lurrus with Saga and a Soul Ring. Have I used my Misstep yet? I haven't used my Misstep yet. I mean, they can cast Breach next turn. They can just have to get a Ruby. I was thinking about Ancestral Time Walk because I can misstep Ancestral when I get it off stock up. I technically, if I get a permanent in play, I can technically bounce Breach as well. It's probably not going to work, but... I think I'm going to give them Ancestral Time Walk. So the two cards I'm going to choose to put in the graveyard are going to be Breach, Demonic. Lotus. So I could Lurrus and replay Lotus. And then I could stock up. So it's just kind of free. Is there any way I'd want to keep my Lotus mana? If I want to hold up this town name big enough. I think I'm going to cast stock up first. Looking for a mental misstep for Ancestral. All right, I found an Ancestral and a Time Walk. Guess we're going to do that. Another stock up. Okay. Stop drawing the stupid swords to plowshares. I can pick back up negation now with Storm Chaser's talent. I'm just not sure it's good enough as just that. Because if I pick up a negation, then I have to let walk resolve. Isn't it better to just stock up? These two swords draws were so bad for me. All right, here we go. Negation and will. I'm still not sure that's enough, but we'll see what happens here. I have regrets. I was kind of hoping they might choose to, you know, make a construct. So what are they going to get here? They can't get Lotus. So are they going to get a Sapphire or are they going to get a Ruby? How many Breaches are in their deck? 2 Breaches. All right. Saga down. These 2 swords really need to be any other magic card. Oh, God. But if I can live, I can then Storm Chaser's Talent back another card next turn, and it should be really strong for us. So that's kind of the whole idea behind our sequence of plays. I don't mind our spot. I think we have a decent spot, but and if these were like lands and Moxen, I feel like I'd be so good. Or even blue cards would be nice. It's okay though. Steel cutter's been fine. Well, they went for sapphire. Okay. So their hand is Ancestral Time Walk. They have the access to Lurrus still, and they have one unknown that they spun for. What do they choose to do? I swear to God, if my opponent had just like played PO instead of Gifts Ungiven, I don't know. I'm just I'm not a believer. Time Walk is down. Ancestral and an unknown. Passing to the next turn. Their next turn. Or they'll have more mana and another card that they spun for. Like, if you're not playing Mana Drain, shouldn't you just be playing POs? You need the same kind of stuff to cast it. Hmm. He might just be playing multiple challenges. Kind of a powerful wizard like that. When did he spin? Twice? All right, spin again. That's why kind of what I thought was happening. All right, so two unknowns and an ancestral. We've got backup forces, and then if we can live, we have a storm chaser buying back more if we find more blue cards. So I don't hate our spot, but there is some caution here because opponent has Pyroblast and two Flusters in their deck. And obviously a second Breach is a killer here as well, though they need a red mana to do that. If they go to our turn to Ancestral, I think that's fine. We get some more damage with the Otter. We probably don't get to use the negation, but that's okay. At some point, there's theoretically a world where this town ain't big enough. I guess it will probably never actually work that way, like where you could bounce the Breach, but maybe. Looks like he's going to go for the Ancestral on our upkeep, which means no Flusterstorm. Oh, another spin. Because if he had a Flusterstorm, he would jam now. I wonder if that means we're supposed to hard cast negation. Sounds unlikely to me. Okay, we're just naturally drawing. Okay. So what do I want to do? Just buy back my Ancestral? Can't buy back my Time Walk. Not enough mana for Time Walk. All right, now they're gonna cast Ancestral. I mean, if you had a Flusterstorm, you would have just cast it on your turn, right? So I think I'd rather just have my own Ancestral here. I can play and activate Storm Chasers next turn to buy back another counter spell too. Oh, they had Force backup. Okay, shit. All right. Force pitching Merchant. All right. Draw 3. They wanted to play around negation then. And then what? And then a spin. Okay. I don't actually like my spot very much anymore. We don't have that many forces left in our deck. Second Ancestral, though. Cool game. Very cool game. All right. Those cards, none of them do anything, so... I mean, might present a lethal attack on the next turn, possibly. Maybe I should hold the Ruby for that, actually. Oh, I still have, like, Lurrus, buyback Lurrus, or Storm... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should hold the Ruby. I did not say I was going to Ancestral in their upkeep. I said they were going to Ancestral in my upkeep, which is what I thought was going to happen, but that did not happen. They waited for me to spend mana. So, Brainstorm. Yeah, I think we're not favored from here anymore, sadly. Their spinning has been so good. Spinning has really net them a lot. I mean, there's a non-zero chance that we could theoretically win on the next turn. Here's the Volcanic Island on the upkeep. It's going to get them a red mana to play a Breach if they find their second Breach. Breach clearly wins here. So if they have Breach plus Fluster, Breach plus Pyro. I guess they can't have Breach plus Pyro, but they have to have Breach plus Fluster. Then they win. Maybe if I had drawn a blue card for turn... I don't... If I had drawn a blue card for turn, I would have bought back negation, right? But, like... I didn't draw a blue card for turn, so I didn't buy back negation. Now I lose because I drew too many Swords to Plowshares. I guess that makes sense. It's, like, kind of frustrating, though. Like, it's not like they drew, like, their Braids. Like, they have cards like that as well. I don't know. If I had a mixture mana, I could... It's just I drew 2 swords, right? Like, the difference in this game is I drew 2 swords and they drew 2 not swords. But I can't just, like, not play swords in Vintage. Like, I have to have some removal. I guess they don't play removal. They play a Braid, so, like, they have, like, you know, they have their own removal. Ay. But that's, like, the difference, though. Like, I feel like the choices we made in that game made sense, and we put ourselves in winning positions. It just, like... I mean, they also went down to 0 cards and cast Ancestral, and they're just... Like, they didn't hit lands on their Ancestral, right? They hit Lorien, Brainstorm, Breach, and Flusterstorm. Like, yeah, they have a top. That's why... That was, like, why I wanted to, like, counter the top, theoretically, was because of a game like that. They certainly got a ton of value off of Sensei's top, making sure their draws were good. I did not have a Sensei stop and play this game, so I had to draw 2 swords. I mean, my stock-ups were quite good this game, though. I did find both of my negations. I really think it was just swords, because, like, if I didn't have swords, right? If one of my swords is a blue spell, then instead of buying back Ancestral, all I have to do is buy back negation, because then I'll have double negation. And I don't need Ancestral. I have enough, like, damage to win the game, right? I have a cori-steel cutter. I have a prowess creature in play. All I need to do is not die to an Underworld Breach. But I just, like, could not use the swords, so. A Storm Chaser's talent. Is that what I want? I don't think so. I think I need some better spells than that. Real deal. I think the card's good. I don't think it's found its exact home yet. That's a good draw, though. I think I'm going to cast this right now. If the cost is, like, paying for a fluster, that's probably fine. This is one spell. That'll be two spells. This will be... I mean, I guess I'm not beating Force and Fluster, but... This is the best use of my Pyroblast, for sure, so... Suck, Justin. I could have been, like, more patient and waited even longer, but... Is that really what I want to be doing? Feels like a pretty good spot. Storm Chaser's talent. So... Am I playing Lurrus here? I think I can wait. I think I can buy Lurrus and pass. That way I'll have negation up. I mean, I guess I would have negation up anyways, but... I think I want to first get the Lurrus going. My opponent's on very low resources for what it's worth, right? They got 2 lands, they have 5 cards. We're definitely ahead in mana. We got, you know... Our Ancestral and our Pyroblasts got answered by 3 cards, so... Blue, black. Demonic Tutor. Means they have Ancestral, right? I still think I'm supposed to let this happen. Oh, yeah. What's his face? He's good, for sure. I don't want to pitch my Storm Chaser's talent, though. I'm going to let this happen. I feel like the Storm Chaser's talent's quite good in this board. And if they want to Ancestral on my upkeep here, then I can just cast Negation. Maybe they went for a Force. Holy shit. Okay. Fuck. I'm so dead, man. I could play Seal. I think it's better than a random card. I mean, I could have played around this by... I could have gone for negation on the Demonic Tutor, right? Like, it wasn't like I had no choices here. I made choices, and they all just turned out to go really badly for me, right? I chose to cast Ancestral Pyroblast on the upkeep versus 1 mana. With... Oh my god. Okay. My Seal got negated. Okay. I got nothing. Beat me, I guess. I mean, this feels like it's my fault, right? Is it not my fault for not negating the Demonic Tutor? Like, there's a lot of value in negating Demonic Tutor. It just runs into Pyroblast and Flusterstorm so badly that it feels really bad to do it, you know? And I didn't want to lose my Storm Chaser's talent because it is buying back Ancestral. They have 3 Pyroblast and 2 Flusterstorms post board. They have 3 negations. I don't know. They're like heavily incentivized here to find another Pyroblast for my Ancestral, I guess. I don't know. I don't feel like this is... I feel like this is me playing badly and getting punished more than anything else. If I get a turn, I do get to buy back Ancestral, yeah. Well, not necessarily, actually. I do need my Lurrus to live so that I can get a mana for my Academy. Playing Lurrus right away, good. I don't know. I wanted to have access to a hard cast negation so that I didn't pitch my talent. And I didn't want to lose my Lotus and get my Lurrus just countered straight up. I had reasons for everything I chose to do, but there were obviously lots of branching points there. You could have chosen to play the turns very differently. I definitely could have waited on Ancestral, but like I had Fluster beat though, because I had a Lotus on turn 1. I had Pyroblast Ancestral, and I had a Lotus in play. So if it was just Fluster, I beat it. And if it was just Force, I beat it. But if it was Fluster and Force, I was losing. Should I be playing around them having Fluster and Force? I don't know. So they found a Lotus and they cast Stock Up. I have to choose if I want to get Bobble. I guess I want to get Lotus back so I can play Lurrus, right? Or so I can play Ancestral right away. I mean, they could have just, like, negated the Lotus. Or they could just... like the problem is, like, the Lurrus doesn't actually matter that much. I don't know. I don't think it was, like, that good to just go all in on Lurrus there. Is this everything? And then... okay, bye, Lurrus. Okay. All right. I drew the Soul Guide, which is, like, one of my best possible draws. Okay. That's so good. I cast it first because if it gets countered, then I can replay it as long as it's not the 3rd negation. All right, that hits the Lotus. That was definitely my best draw. And then I bring back 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can bring back Lotus. And then I can go blue mana, Storm Chaser's Talent. Buy back Ancestral. Cast Ancestral. Yeah, sick. Cast a Storm Chaser's Talent. Attack. I think we won this game off that. Whoa! We definitely have lethal this turn, and we have Force plus Lantern, so... This deck is so cool. I just need to play good, and I'm just not good at the game. I'm only okay. We turned that corner real quick, is what we did. I might just want to put a third Lantern in my sideboard, because the fact that Lantern is so broken against all of the Breach decks, and then it's good versus the control decks, and then it's good versus... Like, playing a third Lantern has got to be better than playing a third Containment Priest, right? Like, obviously we played against Dredge, but, like, having a third Lantern isn't bad against Dredge. I don't know. I still think this matchup is, like, pretty good that you shouldn't, like, need a ton of extra stuff, but... That's why I like having a bunch of Lanterns in my sideboard, is because you get to bring them in matchups that are not Dredge. This hand seems good. Swords? I think swords is very important to have in your main. I think if you don't have swords in your main, you're giving up far too much equity across the field. Yeah, I think I can play both my Moxes, so I can hold up Spell Pierce and play a Talent on this turn. And then next turn, I can make like cori-steel Cutter. Yeah, I think I want to hold up Spell Pierce, so... We could play a Lantern in the main. It's just clunky. I feel like this is a decent Spell Pierce. I don't mind this. You can play a Lantern instead of a Bauble. It's fine. I find the Lanterns to be so clunky in the main. I find them to be so clunky that it puts me off playing them. Springs deal 3. Stock up. Oh, put Lurrus in hand. Sure. I think a Bauble is one of my better draws here. Bauble and Lantern, so I can trigger Steel Cutter. Seal of Cleansing. That was not really what I wanted. Because now I can't trigger Cutter. Which is pretty bad. But, like, casting stock up here is so greedy, right? I'm gonna do it. Sure. Seal blow up a Pearl? I don't think so. Like, they get to play a Lurrus here, but is that a big deal right now? Doesn't seem like a huge deal. Unless they have a Bauble, but I don't think they play Bauble in their deck. Do they play Bauble? No, 2 Baubles. Okay. I mean, if they have a Bauble follow-up here, it's quite good. But if they don't have a Bauble follow-up, I think it's fine. Alright, so I'm gonna go cori-steel Cutter. Then I'm gonna play a Seal of Cleansing. And trigger my cori-steel Cutter. And then I'm gonna attack for 3 so that they don't be able to swing back. This is always a 2/2, yeah. I mean, I have to dodge some shit here, but... Time Walk, sure. Seal is just like another way of preventing a breach kill. It's not gonna do that if they hit like really well, but It's like a Breach Time Walk, maybe? Seems fine. Are they gonna do a Breach Brains? Yeah, Breach Time Walk, sure. I'm really glad I left back this 2/2, tell you that much. They would have gained about a bajillion life. If they cycle enough cards, they can just rebuy Breach and walk again. That's so good. Holy shit. Wow, that's such a good hit off of Thundering Falls. Hitting the Blobble. Oh no. What do we want to do now? Let's carry a spot. A fetch land? That's so bad for me. I can buy back this Spell Pierce, so I think we should do that. Yeah, but like, what am I doing here, though? Like, I'm not negating a freaking bauble. What is this? Pyroblast my Storm Chaser's talent? Does that stop it? I guess it does, doesn't it? That's not good for me. I think this is just going to be a game where Lurrus just beats me crap up. Ah, not good. My hand was just not powerful enough. No Ancestrals and stuff. I think that means I'm just dead, right? They can Breach Walk again. Well, they drew Lorien revealed? Or is that Breach Walk? I think we're just too far behind in this game, sadly. I'm just getting buried, man. Just none of my, like... I guess I negated a stock up here when with my someone's stock up, which was a problem. I don't have enough damage to push through because I don't have any Ancestrals or stock ups in my hand. Cori's been great today. I don't know what you're talking about. Cori has not been a problem. Cori's been beating up Breach players all day. I got to play against some crazy person playing 4 mana drain. It was the freest win of my life. Ugh. I'm just joking, though. I don't think I can win from here, though. I don't really have a recursion, so I guess my best play is buy Lurrus and hold open negation. I feel like if these people just... Yeah. I think it's just back. Actually, Cori has been less good than Storm Chaser's talent. Storm Chaser's talent has been pretty amazing today. It's a lot of fetches you got there. Can't imagine I can ever win this game. Maybe they could time out. All right. One Breach down. Stock up. I don't really think I'm supposed to bring in Prismatic Ending here as like a removal spell that hits Lurrus. I feel like I'm just supposed to counter Lurrus most of the time. Again, I feel like just PO is simpler here, but this gift should win. Though they already cast their card out of their yard, so they might not be able to win right away on this turn. And they only have 3 minutes to decide. Oh, I mean, they've already lost. They've literally already lost by resolving gifts today. It's just Brain Freeze DT, right? They can't buy back this turn. Next turn, they'll be able to win, though, if I don't draw Soul Guide Lantern. DT freeze to the yard? What? You think so? Why don't I just put... I put just DT Ancestral to the yard. I was going to give them DT freeze. Like, that waits till next turn. And then they also need to... Yeah. What if I just give them freeze Lotus? What's the downside of that? If I just give them freeze Lotus, what are they doing? Hard cast force? Does that matter? I feel like it slows this game down by a significant amount. I'm gonna put DT Ancestral in the yard. They have Breach in their hand. It's pretty good. I can kill it this turn, though. Next turn's a problem, though. But if I, like, draw Lantern, they just lose. Ah, cast Time Walk. Okay. So I don't think I could ever have beaten that because they naturally do the Breach, right? That's pretty good. Yeah, they just naturally do the Breach, so we lost there. I don't think any combination of choices I make there can win us that. They only have 2 Breaches and we already negated one. So yeah, we just were too far behind in card advantage in this game. We didn't have like we didn't resolve a stock up, we didn't resolve anything like that, so we were just too far behind. Yeah, they can very easily win in 3 minutes. I don't think it's remotely close. I'm pretty close to just conceding. It's not a very hard combo to resolve. It takes like 2 seconds. I don't know. I think this goes back to game 1 more than anything. I don't think lag exists. Lag doesn't really exist. This is a moto grinder. He's got a good computer. He's been playing forever. I really don't feel like this is a hard combo to execute on time. But anyways, I think this third game, I'm not sure my choices mattered too much. I think we got extremely out card classed. I think it's gonna go back to the game 1 where I feel like game 1 we had a pretty good chance of winning the game. And it just kind of slipped away a little bit, right? Nice. I mean, I could have made them play out the Breach again in game 1 as well, right? But it just doesn't seem necessary. Okay, here we go. Round 5 on the play. Let's see if we can get some W's. We got cat versus cat action. We've got baubles and ancestrals and definitely keeping. See how this plays out. I think I should do a better time. I think I should do a better job of like trying to get my ancestrals to resolve. I feel like I feel like I'm always being too aggressive with my ancestrals and I'm not picking the right spots. Apparently, you can watch the other side of the stream if you want to as well, which is dope. Well, Seal is not really like I understand that Seal is not that good against Breach, but it's not really there for Breach. It's there for like Mishra's Workshop decks that are not Jewel. It's there for Raker. It's there for Sphere Shops. Like it's not really for Breach. I just happened to think it was better than the cards I was taking out. You know. I think Seal is incredibly good in the white Lurrus decks. I think the card has really strong play patterns, especially against workshops. Like a true workshop deck. Not a one-ring workshop deck. Though I guess I guess Raker's a bit of a one-ring workshop deck as well. All right, mulligan to 5 from the opponent so far. Yeah, I would say Corey's been okay today. I would say the all-star today has been Storm Chaser's talent. Storm Chaser's talent has looked very good. We've done some serious card advantage. It's just a great mana sink. Which is why I'm surprised it wasn't very good when I tried it in PO, but maybe it was just like a bad test session. Opponent is highly debating their current mult of 5. We don't know what kind of Lurrus deck our opponent is at the moment. So we have to see if we got a control or a combo deck or somewhere in between. Seems like it's a pretty rough 5 though. All right, 5 cards it is. What do you got for us? Misty? Go. Untap. Maybe? No, Ancestral on my upkeep. That's not good for me. Tundra. Alright. Mana Crypt, though. Interesting. I think the first thing we do is check our top card. I don't want that. So I guess I'm fetching a Tundra. And then I still think I need it. Well, the problem is I don't even have a second blue card anyway, so I can't even back this up with a force. Which case, maybe we should look at their top card. See what we think they have for counter magic. Ruby. Jeez. I guess what we can do is play this Mana Crypt and it beats Flusterstorm and Spell Pierce on their upkeep, right? Does make our Steel Cutter less good, but I think that's acceptable if we're trying to get this Ancestral to resolve. So on their upkeep, first we'll draw the 2 cards. That might give us some more... I see. Alright, if you have something to stomp this Ancestral, so be it. No. Alright, well... I suddenly have 8 cards in hand, so... They undid their mold of 5. Oh god, they're casting spells. They're still... I was gonna say they're one short of Lurrus, but now they're not one short of Lurrus. They could play Lurrus and buy back Bauble here. But I don't think I was ever negating any of that. Oh, PO. They're just going for it. I see. I can respect a little going for it, but I did draw the negation with blue card. That was big jams. That was quite big jams. I don't have a follow-up counterspell, though, so... And they still have Lurrus Bauble. I don't... If I had a blue card... If I had a blue card, I could Storm Chaser's Talent and buy back a freaking spell, but I don't have a blue card again. Maybe I need more blue cards in my deck? I don't know. I mean, I could Lurrus here. Right? No. I'm short. I mean, I have to just jam cards and hope that they don't kill me, right? That's kind of my only way forward here. Too many lands. They draw blue card force. They're going to force Steel Cutter. Is that what's happening? Oh. I would not have done that if I was my opponent. I think this stock up is much more valuable. It's good for us, though. It's definitely good for us. I think I'm going to just buy my Lurrus. That's a better use of mana. All right, so my opponent's got no cards in hand, and they do have Lurrus Bauble, though. So as long as they don't drop PO or stock up, they're probably going to buy Lurrus, play Lurrus, replay Bauble, and go to their next turn. I've got Lurrus Bauble, Lurrus Cutter. I've got Storm Chaser Ancestral, Storm Chaser Force. I'm pretty worried. But I am very happy my opponent chose to counter my Steel Cutter instead of play stock up, because I don't think we were beating stock up. I once again did not draw a blue card. So now what do we do? I can play Steel Cutter, and that would put me down to... I currently have 6 mana, 7 mana, 8 mana. I can play Steel Cutter, play Lurrus, play Bauble. I could play Storm Chasers and just buy back Ancestral and try to get Force. But every turn I leave this Lurrus going, it's kind of a problem. My Ancestral could draw Swords as well. But I would have to not play Lurrus this turn. Man. It's pretty brutal. Uses so much colored mana. If I don't play Storm Chasers and I bobble into exactly Force, it's pretty good. If I Storm Chaser, if I Steel Cutter and then Storm Chasers, I don't have enough to find Swords. Man, I don't know the answer. Let's try Storm Chaser Ancestral. Wait, this doesn't work either. Ah, shit. Alright, well, this plan kind of sucks then. I just think I don't have enough blue cards to do this. Enough blue lands, I should say. I see. Alright. Well, I'm gonna cast a bunch of spells, because I still need to find something that helps me here. Their next card is Portable Hole. Their hand is Mishra's Bauble Dress Down. Okay, so we're not dead. I'm gonna hold the Emerald for a possible cutter, maybe. I guess Dress Down Loop is pretty bad for me, though. Drew a stock up. All right, I mean, if we can fade a PO, I feel like we have game, but Dress Down Loop is quite good. We'll see what our opponent chooses to do, though. Are we gonna jam this otter in? I guess I have no zeros I can play here. No, I'll take it. Sure. I guess I have a Mana Crypt. Portable Hole. You're gonna hit my Soul Ring? Oh, you're gonna hit my Talent. That feels interesting to me. And then you're gonna go end step dress down. Oh, you can still play bobble off of your Lurrus. You can play both bobbles. I'm so far behind. The good news is I have a time walk. That might be able to recoup some losses here. That was the one from hand. I assume you'll replay from grave unless you think you were my... I'm gonna force your dress down. Ooh, man, this is quite a game. Quite a game. I don't think they replayed from grave, so... Alright. I no longer can do Lurrus until I time walk. And they're gonna draw one card extra. I lost a flip. Probably should have blocked. Town ain't big enough. Oh my. Oh my. Oh god. What do I do? What do I do? I'm gonna go... Cutter... Time walk. Still makes a thing. And then I'm gonna play... Stock up. Or should I play Lurrus? Play Lurrus? Wait, this thing still has haste trample? Weird. And then the dress down goes away. Now we have a new turn. Can we win? Well, I sure think we can. I think we can. So I have... This is a 6. This is a 7. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have cori-steel cutter, storm chasers, talent, time walk. I might not even have to do that. Because I might just be able to win with just cori-steel cutter plus cards. I guess we'll see. Okay. This is a wild win. I do think my opponent made a mistake countering the cori-steel cutter with the negation. With they had a force or something. They had a force that they had to stock up. I think I would have rather just stock up. They were not very close to dying. Yeah, so here, I think we go cori-steel cutters, storm chasers, talent, buyback, time walk, and then on the next turn, this town ain't big enough. Bounce their storm chasers talent, bounce their portable hole in our storm chasers talent, rebuy time walk. I'm pretty sure we just loop time walks for the rest of the game from here. This is just an infinite time walk loop, right? And I can't lose to mana crypt because I have a Lurrus attacking. Am I incorrect in saying that this is an infinite time walk loop? I don't know if we have exactly enough mana to always do it every time. But it's got to be pretty damn close. And at some point, this town ain't big enough mana? Maybe not. Pretty sure it's damn close, though. All right. So... I mean, it's definitely enough damage. Obviously, it's enough damage. I don't think this is a null rod matchup. They're going to have, like, a bunch of portable holes. I'm going to bring in Pyroblast and... Seal and ending, and I'm going to take out swords and island. Yeah, I like that. Let's do that. Well, we had 2 talents because we could have bounced their portable hole that had a talent. So we did have 2 talents. We didn't need infinite turns because we had a bajillion damage. But it was pretty sweet. Time Walk is extremely good in this deck. It's very fun to play a deck where Time Walk actually is good. Like, Time Walk is always okay, right? But this is a deck where Time Walk is good. Maybe even great. Are we winning? Yeah, I think we're generally winning on the day. I threw away a Dredge matchup, and we played a tough set versus Killa SUV. But I think in general, the deck has been performing pretty well, so... Oh, I guess I do have Lurrus Lotus. Yeah, true. True. I think this deck is awesome. I think there are some problems in terms of dead cards in game 1 and the Dredge matchup, but I think the things this deck is doing are powerful. And it's very nice and refreshing to not have to play PO in my deck. Talent has been great. I mean, you saw how powerful cori-steel cutter was there too, but talent has been great. I'm gonna snap off a mental misstep on that mana vault. There is no chance. Zero chance. Another Storm Chaser's talent. Okay. That is a lot of challenge, but play a little Delver action here. Mox. Go. Alright, I think my opponent has mulligan pretty hard in these games. Stock up. Alright. I'm kinda in on some more Storm Chaser's talents. I'm kind of in on Delver. I'm kind of in on some Delver of Secrets. Anyone in chat like a little Delver of Secrets action? Anyone in chat like a little otter? Let's go. Look at how many otters there are. What's the chance I win on the next attack? Is it high? I have 3 Prowess creatures. I have a Mox Jet and a stock up. Okay, man, mental misstepping this mana vault has been absurd. It's been so strong by Lurrus. Stock up. Am I countering this stock up? I don't think so. I think I want to cast spells on my turn. Hopefully I draw a blue card. Without the cutters. I don't know. It's like very much in your it's very much in your best interest to like compound effects that work well together. I would need to cast 6 spells to kill them, right? That's a lot of spells. I could cast Mox Jet 1, stock up 2, hitting Lotus and Town ain't big enough. That would kill them. Only 5? You're right. Only 5. That seems pretty easy, actually, because this is 1, stock up is 2. Like, even Mox is 3. If I draw a blue card for turn and force their force, it's 5 right away. I don't think it's likely, but I think it's pretty reasonable. I haven't actually had a game like this yet where I just like went Storm Chaser, Storm Chaser, Storm Chaser. Uh-oh. Sapphire. Go. All right. Deck, don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. Time Walk is cheating. I drew a land again. Shit. That's so bad. Should I just buy back Mental Misstep? Probably. I really wanted to cast freaking stock up this turn. I'm just not allowed to. Like, if they have a counterspell, I just lose. I think. Maybe not. I don't know. I'd feel safer if I had Force and Mental Misstep to beat Pyroblast. True. All right. I mean, if they have PO Fluster here, they do win. I could have like for what it's worth, I could have countered their stock up, right? Like I definitely could. Oh, their cori-steel cutter PO. Okay, yeah, that resolves. I don't care. I could have countered their stock up. I just thought it would be better if I like drew a blue card, cast my own stock up, and had force, right? And I could play it all on my turn to get prowess triggers. You gotta leave this thing back, right? All right. That's pretty damn good. Considering I have a bunch of Storm Chasers talents as well. Time Walk. I guess if they have a spell, they get to kill off a token here, probably. That's okay. I got some extra tokens. All right, that's not bad. We just need to cast 2 spells next turn, so I think we just win. Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. Like, any spell is, like, pretty bad for them, too. I can't rebuy Time Walk. Don't have enough mana for that. But I can cast Stock Up, which should just win. Pretty sweet. Pretty dope. It was a little precarious, but... I mean, sure. I'll take one of these and one of these, maybe. Can I get to 6? I mean, I have Force Misstep, so this is probably just correct to attack from here. GG's. GG. All right, that was a sweet game. That was an all Storm Chasers talent all day game. Not bad. We even got to buy back a Mental Misstep for fun. The buyback part of this card is probably the strongest part of the card, but the 1/1 is real. Yeah, we could have Town isn't big enough, picking up Mox and Bobble, replaying Mox and Bobble. That's another 3 spells. It gets you to 6. But, like, if they play a removal spell, we have Mental Misstep 4. Yeah, I mean, maybe you're supposed to. I don't know. Welcome, gamers, to the 6th and final round. We are 3-2 with not bad tiebreakers, but there are a lot of better tiebreakers at the moment. Mostly because our round 1 win against 6MP went on to win 4 straight matches, like a beast. Kill a SUV, also 4-1. So, we got a little help, though Dinkless had a rough showing with the Mana Drain Breach deck, it looks like. And, of course, Archer was doing pretty well, too. Looks like Archer took a second loss, so... We've got some help going on from the breaker side of things. So, we're not out of it. See what we can do. Get a 4-2. Check the breakers at the end. Probably not, but you never know. And I just want to play more matches with this deck, because this deck is super fun. We're having a great time. Obviously, there was a little bit of a downer moment in round 2 with the whole misplaying versus Dredge, but that's... it's par for the course on this stream. Sometimes it happens. I'm usually down for one horrendous mistake every 6-round stream. That's kind of true though, isn't it? Like, isn't the average 6-round vintage challenge on this stream, it's like, you go 4-2, one round you lost due to a horrific misplay, and one round I lost due to, like, you know, opponent having really strong cards and being a close match. Sounds about right. All right, this hand I like this hand. I got the Bauble Fetch Land. I got the Force. They've got no companion revealed, so hopefully that does not mean Dredge. If it means Dredge, I am in trouble. That is definitely the big glaring hole in this deck, is it has a horrendous game 1 against Dredge. Oh, yeah. I mean... The difference is my horrific misplay will always get punished. I make lots of other small misplays, but I feel like it's like one horrific misplay on stream most of the time. All right. It is not Dredge, but there is a Mana Crypt. Are we workshop gaming or are we beseeching? What do you got for me, MPBS? Soul Ring. That is a lot of mana. That is a hefty sum of mana. Our hand isn't the best versus the mono way, if it was mono way. Nope, that's a key. They are slowly and deliberately playing each artifact. It's a ring? Ring-a-ding-ding. I mean, I have to force the ring. That's not allowed. Gonna get rid of the town ain't big enough. We're pretty far from like bouncing the ring, so I think I'd rather like be able to play a Storm Chaser's Talon on turn 1. And if they have Force Blue card and their Jewel, then so be it. I think my best draw is actually just like Black Lotus, slam a 4th Aerlingus. Mental misstep. You are a little late there, friend. So is it even worth it to bobble myself? Yeah, I guess I can choose which kind of land I want to play. So a Mana Crypt. Do I want a Mana Crypt? I feel like the answer to that question is no. I feel like I don't want a Mana Crypt because I want to draw Force. Now, the Mana Crypt is certainly good with 4th Aerlingus, but if they like play a 1-ring, it's pretty bad for me no matter what, right? I don't know. Mana Crypt's not bad, though. I'm like super worried. I guess I have coverage over a top if it's Raker Shops, though. But I kind of want a Swords if it's Raker Shops, and I kind of want a Force if it's not Raker Shops. I'm gonna fetch it away. Crypt is, I guess, yeah, Crypt would let me rebuy Force. That's true. Yeah, that's probably a good enough reason to keep the Mana Crypt. Damn. That crossed my mind, but, like, didn't really trigger any... Ooh, that seems like a good idea. Alright. That's it? It was just 1 ring and a bunch of stuff? So I still don't know if this is Jewel or Raker Shops. Yeah, I really wish I could rebuy Force of Will right now. I feel like that would be... Oh, well, I guess I'm going to be able to rebuy Force of Will anyways. I think that's better than 4th Aerlingus here. I mean, this is like premium Storm Chaser's talent doing the Storm Chaser's talent thing. Like, this is why I am playing the full set of Moxen. Like, just... Look at that. Boom, I got a second Force back. And now I'm attacking with a Prowess guy. There's a Mana Crypt going off, and I have a 4th Aerlingus in the back. I think this looks like a win. I agree, though. I think I should definitely have kept the Mana Crypt on top and used my Volcanic Island. That's true. I like this. Cori-steel cutter. Don't have a way to trigger that again right away, so I'm going to slam the big old 4th. I've been very happy with 4th in this deck. Is that lethal? No. Could be lethal off Mana Crypt. Nope. It's Jewel, right? You think it's Jewel, not Raker, or what do you think? I mean... I feel like I don't want them drawing 3 cards, so... That was a great set. I'm a little worried. I don't know if it's Jewel or if it's Raker, but their boarding plan is pretty similar regardless, right? Yo, what up, Neem? I do think today's deck has been a lot of fun, because we're going to bring in Consign, and we're going to bring in Null Rod, and we're going to bring in Seal, and maybe Swords, and definitely Ending. And then we're going to take out Island, and we're going to take out some number of baubles, like a few baubles, at least a couple baubles. And then we want Misstep, we want Spell Pierce, we want Negation. We can probably get rid of Gush and maybe won this town or something like that. So if they're Jewel, we don't want a ton of swords, but we want some swords. And if they're Raker, we want all of our swords. So I think it's better to just bring in all the swords. And then I need to pick another card to get rid of. Maybe this Brainstorm. Yeah, I like that. Let's try that. If it was Jewel, they would kick my ass. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you believe? Ooh, that is a hand. Okay. Uh-huh. It's not the best hand, but it's a hand. What do you got for me? 7-card keep again? Or was last game a 7-card keep? It was just 1 ring. Okay, so it's not Jewel. It is Raker Shops. Cannot negate that. So they kept ring, no payoff. No other cards. Interesting. Ooh, man. All right. I guess so. The good news is this thing doesn't trample, so we can make blockers for it. That's it? Interesting. Now, what the hell's our play? I like that. I think I'll just play these 2 cards and then pass. It's fine. Top. Yeah, I don't think I'm countering top here. I don't want to use my negation unless I have to, because I do think there's some value in these spells, but maybe there's no more value left in the spell pierce. I guess like letting the top resolve if they follow up with a Raker is pretty bad. So maybe I'm just have to counter the top. I don't know. They're gonna use their Grim Monolith to activate top. Interesting. Very interesting. Next turn we have something like Story Steel Cutter into Time Walk, which is quite nice. We do need to hit some mana though. They don't have any Wastelands in their deck, right? Alright, this looks like it's a ring. Alright. Well, that's why I saved my negation, so I'm gonna get rid of this Spell Pierce. I don't think I'm gonna be able to hold it open. And then I feel like 5 life is a pretty reasonable chump. Well, what's my swing back gonna be? I can probably match it on the swing back. What is this? A Mystic Forge. Shit. Okay. And they have a top on top. Now I'm starting to think I will block because the life total thing could be a problem here. They can play like 6 tops off the top next turn, right? I guess I could just Swords this right now, but I think I'm in a really bad spot if I do that because this Mystic Forge is nuts. I only have 1 actual Mystic Forge removal, right? I have two towns ain't big enough, and I have 1 seal. I guess a Null Rod is theoretically similar because it's going to turn off the top, but I might just supposed to take this. Take it. All right, I need help. Does that count? I think that counts. So let's see. I cast cori-steel cutter, and then I cast Time Walk, and I attack for 3. And then on the next turn, I cast Emerald. What if I try to play to Lurrus here? What if I try to play to Lurrus by going Emerald, Time Walk, attack, pass, untap, try to draw a mana source, and then I can go Lurrus, Lotus? I guess I just have to figure out like what's going to give me a higher chance of winning. I guess I also theoretically get the ability to draw land and go Storm Chaser, Time Walk. I guess I wouldn't be able to do that right away. But I don't think the line with the Steel Cutter and the Time Walk is going to win enough of the time. So I think I'm going to go... I mean, it does work. I just need to draw. I'm drawing... Like, I have a white source here. That's why I'm gonna hold on to my... I'm going to hold on to my Lotus. And I'm just going to go Mox, Time Walk, try to draw a mana source. So I can go Lurrus, Lotus. It also lets me still go... It also lets me go stock up if I draw stock up. Yeah, I think like this is not as strong of a tempo play, but I think it's a stronger play towards me winning the game. Like holding this Lotus for an extra turn to see if I can draw something better. I don't have a 4th color. because I don't have a land. That's crazy. So I can go Cutter. No, I can't go Cutter ending on the Patchwork either. Cannot go buyback Time Walk. I can go Cutter Swords their Patchwork and pay. I just feel like I'm going to lose still because they have a Mystic Forge at the top and 6 mana. I can buy back. I could buy back Negation, but I don't have a blue card. Was that what I was supposed to do? Buy back Negation and hold my Time Walk and negate the top? But it can't be right. Too far behind for that. Like, this ending is so bad, though, right? If I guess I just can't ever use this ending. I'm never going to be able to play Lurrus if I use my Lotus. They don't need to spin top. They have a Mystic Forge in play. They just put it on top and draw an extra card. They draw 6 cards next turn. Thing is, if I use my Lotus, I can't even draw my... I guess I can draw my Null Rods still. But they're going to be at so much life if I use freaking swords. I don't know. I feel like this is bad for me no matter what. I wonder if I'm just supposed to play a Steel Cutter and pass. I just don't think any of my lines that involve using my Black Lotus right now win the game. I think they all lose the game. So I'm going to play and hope to my top of my library in the way that makes the most sense to me. Yeah, this is a bit crazy, I would say, but I don't think the other lines can win. All right, so they get to draw 6 cards with the Sensei's top here. I mean, I don't think I'm beating draw 6 either, but if I hadn't negated, yeah, oh god, they drew Tolarian Academy. Okay, I don't think anything I chose to do here would have helped me. It's now a draw 11, so are they gonna like make it unblockable and kill me at 14? Actually, they can, right? Well, if they do that, I have swords. Which is still not good for me. But if I draw like a Null Rod off the top, maybe it's fine. Well, they still haven't even hit any Moxen off this stupid Mystic Forge yet. Mystic Forge is not a remotely balanced Magic card. That card is so good. It's actually nuts how good that card is. Woo, baby. Yeah, you know, I still like how I played this game out for what it's worth. I think we made good choices. It just didn't work out. I gave myself some opportunities. It could still be Jewel. You don't know that. Four tops. I don't even think swords and plus Null Rod even wins from here, but all right. Oh no, what? They're untapping Monolith? What does that mean? Raker? That must mean Raker, right? Must be Raker. Because they have an infinite combo with Raker at the moment, which we do still beat. Okay. Alright. Well, I will give myself... I mean, I'm not going to win, but I'll give myself a chance, I guess. I don't even have a chance. This isn't a chance. There's no chance. Because now I'm just going to die to a 2020. I guess I could draw Ancestral, right? When in doubt, you could always draw Ancestral. Yeah. We Dredge. And Mystic Forge is not balanced. It's so good. All right. We've been vested. Yeah. Okay. Try again. No, I mean, countering the One Ring was right. If they have 2 4-drops on turn 1, it's my whatever, you know, or turn 2, I guess. How close? I made Masters in my last game, which was 5 minutes before, 5 minutes after the cutoff locked. But I wouldn't have made it even if the cutoff didn't lock. So it wasn't. It was close, but I mean, I had all day and it did not go that well. So. I guess I'm gonna keep this. Yeah, I mean, I'm always either in it or close to in it on the first cut of the season because I played like 200 games, you know, like I played a little bit too much. So I'm gonna play Saga Gaming here and hold up the stuff. Though I probably am not making a construct, am I? I'm probably making a stock up in my... That's not great. Whoops. City of Traders? All right. Go. I guess I am making a construct. Who knew? City of Traders? Is this a One Ring? Oh, I see. I guess that could be a problem, huh? I am not happy about this outcome here. Don't really like how this played out for me. Should I don't really want it. This town is big enough either, though. Because I want to be able to make a construct. Maybe I don't want to make a construct. Just want to play Lurrus and Lotus. Should buy me a lot of time. I don't think that's a very good card here. I can't play Lurrus, Lotus, and have Cutter first, right? Unless I just go Cutter stock up. I feel like Lurrus is the play for sure. That's so good. The hell do I take off of that? I definitely want swords for this Raker. And then what? Stock up number 2. Probably. That's crazy good. Oh, yeah, I like that a lot. Yo, guys, I think this stock up card might be good. I think there's a chance that the stock up card is pretty good. Maybe the null rod will be good after I kill the stupid Raker. Another city of traders? Oh boy. Yeah. All right. That's my stop it. What is auto? It's the thing is autoed? Okay. Swords it. All right. So how much mana do they have? Enough to play a ring if they want to. I guess we have a null rod if they play a ring, right? They could play another Raker here, I guess. We have not turned the corner yet in this game. And our opponent has played 3 Studio Traders. Ugh. Sheesh. Okay. Well, we got blockers. I can't attack into this, though. All right, so I'm going to lead with a cori-steel cutter. And then I'll play a Lotus. And then I'll stock up. I'm going to need another swords, probably. Or maybe the Seal of Cleansing. The Seal of Cleansing? Oh! The Seal of Cleansing, chat. I'm gonna be so clean. Stock up Seal? I'm not gonna be able to stock up again, though, because I'm gonna be using Seal every turn. I feel like it's gonna be Seal Tolarian. Yeah, I think Seal. Well, because next turn I Seal and I can have Null Rod. Yeah, I like Seal Tolarian Academy. Oh, wait, that makes even more mana now than I thought it did. Kind of a weird spot where I want to kill the Nettlesys now so that I can life gain with Lurrus. But I have to leave back my 4/4 token. Can I die if I seal now? I guess I could die to exactly Raker top. Guess I just need to hold. Well, I guess that's true. We theoretically might not life gain. All right. Yeah, that's true. I'm just going to try to block this Patchwork every turn and play 2 spells. They have a Raker? They have a ring. I mean, we have a ring answer. That's not a big deal. We're actually okay with a ring here. I think we're going over. What is this? What is this? Oh, a monolith. Okay. I think we're turning the corner. I think we're turning the corner. The corner. Oh, it's a scrawly bally. Okay, I mean, I'm down to draw an extra card. All right. So I will kill the Nettlecyst. And then I will block the Patchwork. And then I will draw a card, a Consign to Memory. All right, so I will play my land, and I will play my Trying to figure out what order I'm playing these things. I'm gonna play my Null Rod. And I'm gonna play my Seal of Cleansing. And that gives me a blocker, and I can kill the Scrawly Bolly if I want to. I'm gonna kill the Scrawly Bolly. And I'm gonna attack and gain life, and I have Consign up. GG's! GG's! Everything working at peak capacity. The game is locked. Thank you for playing. Does that matter? I might as well just counter it, right? Get out of here. Goodbye. I love Raker Shops. I'm so glad CRK made Raker Shops for me. I mean, next turn, I'm just killing the Patchwork Automaton with the Seal of Cleansing, so... But yeah, I guess I could have counted the 1-1 as well. I do think that Dredge is by far the worst matchup, yes. I don't think that's close to close. Like, I don't even... Like, you could play Wastelands in this deck. I'm not sure that makes it even a good matchup versus Dredge. Oh, I didn't gain my life? Because of ring protection? Damn. Unlucky. All right, so I don't think we're going to break her in, but I will definitely stick around to see if we do. We should just do the ending of the video either way, and then if we come back, we come back. This is a nice 4-2 performance with the deck. I thought the deck actually performed extremely well. We lost a match, so what we did, we played against an extremely powerful they went 5-1 after losing to us. Doomsday Wizard 6 MP. We won a very convincing setup against Doomsday. That was really good. Then we played against Archer on Dredge, and I just think our Dredge matchup is abysmal. I'm not sure I want to make it that much better. Besides, maybe we add the Lantern to the main. That could like give us some copes. Dingless, we played a 3-game set versus the Mana Drain Gifts deck, which was pretty back and forth, but I think overall, Mana Drain was just like a little bit too clunky versus how low to the ground our spells were, and we were able to really tempo Dingless out. We lost a 3-game set against the Discover End version of Gifts Breach with 2 gifts and no Mana Drains. I don't like the way I played game 1 as much as I would like, but it wasn't like a terribly played game. And then we draw the 2 swords. The 2 swords were the big glaring problem in that match. Then we played against Morsa on the PO deck and just went fairly well. I think we had some chances to losing the first game. I think if Morsa made like maybe some different choices, but overall pretty good. And then we played a 3-game set here versus Raker where we got vintaged out in 1 game and basically ran them over in the other 2. So overall, a 4-2, the classic Justin experience, the 4-2 with 1 extremely bad misplay against Dredge, and then a close spot versus one of the more powerful gamers on the platform. So yeah, how do we think about this deck? I think this deck is pretty good, actually. I mean, Dredge is like the Dredge problem is a problem. That is for sure an issue. I just don't know if you're supposed to solve it. Because like solving it would require to like make your deck so much weaker that I don't know. Like theoretically, if you wanted to, you could play Volt Key in this deck. Maybe you're just supposed to play Volt Key in the main and then board it out a bunch. I guess that would give us some chances to beat Dredge. I don't know. The things I'm looking at the most are like the 3 swords, the spell pierces, and the baubles. Those are the cards that I'm like the most interested in changing around. Like I said, we could theoretically I probably wouldn't take a lantern out of the sideboard. I'd probably just swap a bauble for a lantern, a 3rd lantern. That would make a lot of sense to me. I do still think Spell Pierce is the better blue counterspell to play there, but I just don't. So like, I like this deck screams it wants Wasteland, but when you look a little closer, I just don't think you want Wasteland in the deck. And I'll see if I can try to reason out why verbally. We want to use our colored mana every turn to do the things. And every turn we take off to Wasteland, I think is actually extremely rough for us. So like you could maybe trim a swords and trim a bauble, play 1 strip, 1 waste or something. But like every game is like constrained on blue mana basically. And you are like this like really big blue deck. Like you're trying to play stock up with a blue mana. You're trying to activate Storm Chaser's talent second thing for 3 and a blue to return your Force of Will to buy back a second Force of Will. Like we definitely would never cut a land for a Wasteland, but yeah, maybe we like. I just don't know if I believe in the one strip mine, right? Like sometimes you play one strip mine in this kind of deck, but I don't know if I like, have faith that that does enough. But maybe if it's one strip, one waste, maybe that's good. You could cut like one swords, one bauble, play one strip, one waste, and cut another bauble for a lantern. And maybe that gives you some copium on your Dredge matchup game 1. I don't know. Is that worth it? I just have not been super big on like Wasteland in the current format. I'm not 100% sure on the reason why that is, but this deck is seriously a big mana deck that never has problems like sinking its mana into things. Like I'm always being able to like Storm Chaser talent and stuff. Tom asked if the townie big enough is good. I think it is fine. I don't think it's like really good, but it is. I think it is worthy of its spot in the deck. But yeah, that's certainly the most suspect looking card in the whole list. I would say so. The problem with saying 4 cutters is too many is that all the cutters get better with other cutters. And I think the cutters in this deck are a lot better than the cutters in the deck you played today, Morsa. I actually think that deck is not very good. The Cutter PO list that I made, which is really unfortunate because I'm playing that in the Echo Baron Cup. But that deck is a little sus. I got run over today. So those are the things that I would think about changing. But I do actually have a lot of fun playing this deck, which is a big plus. And I do think it's very powerful. You are going to be in a good spot in a lot of these blue mirrors. I really like this deck against all the Lurrus matchups. So thank you for watching. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow on Twitch. Both of those are free actions you can take. And there will be new vintage gameplay content every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you then.